Afternoon, everyone. My name is Ben Scorpion, and welcome back to the TWAB update. So, of course, because the season is coming to a close and the new season is coming around, they're starting to tell us a little bit more here's and there. Just yesterday, we had the armor tuning TWAB, and the week before that, we had the abilities TWAB. We'll have the weapons sandbox and exotic weapon changes up here for the next season, in the next couple of days, hopefully. But getting into the TWAB itself, we get a bunch of broad spectrum stuff here regarding the season, so let's get through them. Of course, they talk about Guardian Games Week 2. Basically, Titans are currently in the lead, Warlocks in second, Hunters in third overall. But then going into it, of course, the Guardian Games, if you're following the Guardian Games Cup with the Foundation and the fundraisers, that is the details for all of that. I have zero clue what any of that means, so I'm just going to keep going on about it. And of course, there is Guardian Games reward in forms of the Champ Seal pin, a medallion, and a wearable pendant in case you wanted to buy anything Guardian Games style for the real world. But aside from that, then you go forward to Destiny 2 and the Season of the Deep teaser. So this might be a little loud, it's kind of hard to do it, so volume warning in case you haven't seen it.
To any Guardians listening, this is Deputy Commander Sloan requesting emergency support.
So from that, we get basically this is the next season. We have details regarding, Sloan is back. Going back to Titan in some form or fashion. Is it like Season Seraph where we're going back just to the world? And do we not have it as patrol? Who knows? But now, I gotta point this out just because I noticed it here. Really? New underwater location. Literally all of Titan is an ocean planet. The arcology was mostly underwater. So saying there's a new underwater location on Titan, that's literally every possible location. Come on. Let's get with the program. But aside from that, of course, we also get some details regarding the next seasonal ritual weapon, which you might recognize as another long-arm Dead Man's Tale style gun. Basically, it is the Last Right Scout Rifle. Tex Mechanica Kinetic Aggressive Frame Scout Rifle. Whether or not it has its own unique origin trait or like a Tex Mechanica balanced stock like out of the dungeon, hard to know, but of course it will have the usual 3 of a ritual weapon. And of course we get our ornaments, which I'm not gonna lie, after scrolling through and looking at all 3 of them, of course the color gradients there are for each of the gambit's looking a little bit too light for my taste. But I actually think my personal favorite on this one is the Vanguard for once. I don't know what it is about the mostly silver with only partial blues and Vanguard logos there, but I'm kind of liking it more than everything else in the variety. But then of course there is basic, and shaded basic is probably gonna look good too. But going forward as well, we get details of the full page view of this season of the Deep armor set. This is what's going to be available in the Battle Pass. So this won't be seasonal armor. This will be what is available for the seasonal ornaments. So if you were wondering how long it would be, you just got to grind up to rank 95-ish, and you can get all of your Under the Sea themed armor. Then going forward, of course, we get another teaser about a detail which appears we're actually literally going to be underwater personally. Now, ignoring that previous video I just called out, basically, yeah, it looks like we are going to have some underwater locations. I don't know if it'll be actual combat or just a walking destination, or like there is the vendor. Well, actually, on that note, if we're walking, it might just be combat. Who knows? You know, the season's up and coming. We have nothing for sure. Then, as well, they give us some warnings. If there's any titles that you wanted to guild before the end of the season, of course, it has to be done before the end of the season. So, Conqueror, Glorious, Iron Banner is a bad example because it can't be done. But if there's any guildable titles, the seasonal end is when the seasonal guilding will reset. So, you'll lose out on a chance to guild something if you let it go past the season. Now, of course, because of next season, we're having a rotation. We got a raid last season. We're getting a dungeon this season, which means it will be coming out on 10 a.m. Pacific, Friday, May 26th, in case you wanted to know exactly when it came out. And now a new feature is coming to Eververse, and that is a recommendation system. Basically, it's going to create a queue based on how you design yourself, emotes, weapons used mainly, and it's going to start recommending emotes and cosmetics based on something. Whether it's like you like using last word with Lucky Pants and it starts recommending that, or something like that, there you go. Now, of course, the player support team stuff. Now, hotfix was released earlier this week, so there you go. Full list of emergent issues and fixed there. Now, the full known issues article. Some Guardian Games quests are only progressing with bronze medals or medals that are recreational from the Vanguard Guardian Games playlist. Now, Wishender does not penetrate extended phalanx or Hydra shields. Some gilded titles are no longer gilded, and some associated triumphs have been marked as incomplete. The Strand, Hunter aspect, and Snaring Slam does not trigger some class ability mods. And the Hypernet Current Strike dying in the final boss arena can cause a player's ghost to become stuck on the floor. Players who are suspended from the control playlist due to quitter penalties will receive a suspended director dialogue for competitive Crucible. These players aren't suspended from comp and still can access the comp playlist. Guardian Games competitive Nightfall playlist does not give Vanguard rep. The Guardian Games champ title does not progress any Guardian rank objectives for earning titles. The Guardian Games Luminous Paragon Sparrow can be obtained from collection, or cannot be obtained from collections, and kills from the Celestial Fire Scorch or Ignition effects on grounded solar melee kills. So there you go. For full list of issues, of course, review the known issues article and report anything you find yourself to the help forum. And then, of course, we have the usual movies and arts of the week, which people are already into the sea-based theme for things. And of course, another awesome look at a high-detailed Netherrack. And aside from that, there's mostly the TWAB. So, like I say, we're getting the end-of-season wrap-up, as well as hints into the new season, and a broad variety of stuff coming forward. But I doubt we're going to see much more in terms of the previews, aside from what I said, likely weapons and possibly exotic weapons separately. Who's to say, though? On that note, my name is Matt Scorpion, and I will see you in the next video.